space and don't really feel welcome. Anyone ever seen the movie Selena? Oh, yeah, Latinos are down. Like every Latino actor that was ever acting in that movie, like write the same actors and give them different roles in every other movie. If you saw There By Me and you've seen like Latino the movies and stuff, you know, you've seen them all. So, but in that movie, there's a line that is about being Mexican and being Mexican American. You know, you're not Mexican enough for Mexico, you're not American enough for the United States. So what are you? But there's a particular history to that reality, and so in this country, as I started to develop my political consciousness and my ideology and started to understand the world, I started to try to find a place. And finding that place meant that I often felt like I didn't have an identity. And a lot of times for Latino students and folks, it's about reconstructing that identity. And it doesn't necessarily, if you're not Latino, you can relate to it in the sense that sometimes you don't feel like you have a place maybe where you live, you don't feel like you have a place in your environment, and we're constantly searching for meaning. Human beings, no matter what you are, all of us are searching for meaning. And that's part of the process of going to school and trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, your career, is looking for that. And a lot of times we go to church to fill that space. Some people join organizations to fill that space. Some people join groups to fill that space. And so, to me, this poem deals with the reality of an urban environment like Chicago. I was raised in a smaller town in Michigan, and I spent 11 years in Chicago. So it's also that reality of growing up in a space that was an urban environment that was dealing with the issue of drugs and HIV and poverty and trying to send a place and find a space for me to be able to exist within all of that chaos and madness. So this is called Man With No Name. I touch pen to paper, let my voice be heard in search of the true word of God. Got me wondering about the situation that we in. When will it all end? They tell me the end is near, but what should I fear? A tear in the lonely night, my mind takes flight in search for the light, but I can't lie to my sight. But what I see through the facade of a fake democracy, monetary units got young living their blast with no hope. Young babies born hooked on dope, shorty down over the sales of coke. Eyes only seen through the gun smoke. And yet I must maintain the support of this worldly game. But who's to blame when the East Day came in the name of God? They brought tribes and chains to work the rugged terrain. Some left the man colonized with no name. Some left the man with no name. Brightened in my blood by Spanish rule. Very apparent by the white skin and the green eyes I see the world through. The truth is hard to swallow, but how can we talk and can't even chew? Boys of confusion without a clue of what to do. Only see the world in blue. Left with no options, what would you do? I question our very existence, what does it all mean? All that I see, walking life with no legs and a wobbly high beam. Pain, agony, hatred, or rage, all that exists. It is kind of what it seems. Every corner a new scheme. Division must be, can you be swept away with the wrong team? But who's to say who's wrong or right? I'm just one man prepared to fight for universal human rights. I'm blinded by the light, yet I can't see at night. And despite the evil games, corporations, and governments play, I must find my way to the struggle day by day. In these times, you could be killed by what you say. But if left unsaid, I would rather be dead. But if left unsaid, I would rather be dead. The truth shall set you free, at least that was taught to me at Adam 8 from the tree of knowledge, locked in a paradise with no key. Knowledge of history gives you identity. Knowledge of self-history gives you identity, which is more powerful than any gun, any weapon, any army. It's confident in the mind. This interdependent to commit crimes, so our population may decline. My ancestors tried to time when they put it in rhyme, sick and fine. Be prepared to climb in order to reach the divine. Reality got me hurt and certain was the future for I used to be. Caught up in a cycle of poverty, drug abuse, needles of HIV, robbery, lost sense of community, bullshit practice of equality, erase history, ghetto misery, killing for currency, no identity, lock you up, 3 strikes, that's his policy. Where you got a single theology, outright tyranny, of false security that we are free, which is a cut down tree, locked with a broken key, lost responsibility, time to create our own reality.